State Champs Game Time Live is brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. The future of education begins at ltu.edu. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. Warrior Hockey is proud to support Michigan High School Hockey Player and Goalie of the Year awards. Warrior Hockey is made for this. Bob Maxey Ford of Howell, delivering the highest level of customer service while supporting the communities they serve. Mug and Bob's, we've got what you forgot, with locations in Brighton and Howell. The Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association, celebrating the 50th anniversary of high school hockey in Michigan. For schedules, scores, and standings, go to the hub, mihshockeyhub.com. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Well, good evening, and thank you for joining us here tonight. Exciting MHSAA action out here in lovely Brighton, Michigan. Along with my broadcast partner, Mike Iveso, my name is Sean Belegian, and Mike, let's get right to it. Brighton, Howell, two of the best teams out there, two top 10 teams. We've got a dandy for the people tonight.
Absolutely. We got one team we expected to be here in Brighton and another up and coming in Howell. I had a chance to catch both these teams play in the Fall League. This should be very interesting.
Well, let's start with the home team, Brighton. I think everybody knows what they're capable of. Long runs, yeah, that's a tradition here in Brighton, but a few guys leading the way, some familiar names to say the very least.
Absolutely. We've got the guys that we expected. We got Petit and Duffney leading the way in points, goals, assists. We got Levi Piniella, Wall Award winner, back in net. But let's not forget guys like Aiden Sider. He's having a heck of a year. The guys on the back that are catching up for the injuries. We got Mason Blau. We got Sean McLaren, their player of the week last week.
Well, and when you talk about Howell, I'll go back to the summertime with you. You heard that something special was brewing with this Highlander squad, and so far, Mike, they've lived up to the advanced billing. They're off to a hot start. Definitely a top 10 team as well.
Absolutely, and it starts with who they brought in on that bench with Keith Robertson, and then they dug deep into the trenches here at the KVIH, this ice house, and they got a lot of KV kids in there playing hard. You got Escola, we got Howardy, I think we got that one right? We got Hewlett, we got a Pietla going out there. This team's ready for the big time.
This is a fantastic matchup, a battle in Livingston County between two top 10 teams. Don't you go anywhere. We'll have it for you next right here all across the State Champs Network.
At Alta Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnenbogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alta Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Your curiosity takes shape, drawing you into the unknown, where the science and art of tomorrow are waiting for you. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. The College of Arts and Sciences at Lawrence Technological University has all the technology and tools to make magic. Be curious. Make magic.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Bob Maxey Ford now has 3 great locations: Detroit, Howell, and our brand new satellite location, Bob Maxey Ford in Fowlerville.
Visit any of our stores, and I promise you'll receive the same family-friendly experience our customers have enjoyed for over 50 years.
Come in for great pricing on our vehicles.
Like this new Ford F-150 for $275 per month.
Come in for our state-of-the-art service department and award-winning customer service.
Or visit BobMaxeyFordHowell.com and order the new vehicle that's just right for you. Bob Maxey Ford.
Come join our growing family.
With over 20 locations throughout the lower mid-Michigan area, Mug and Bob's has got what you forgot. The Mug and Bob's Rewards program is designed for loyal customers like you. Every purchase you make will earn points that can be traded in for great rewards like food, beverages, services, and much more. Do you need last-minute home items like rock salt, firewood, or a propane refill? Stop in at your local Mug and Bob's on your way home. Mug and Bob's is committed to communities we serve and believes it's important to give back to those who have supported us since 1980. Check us out at mugandbobs.com for a location near you.
And welcome in to Kensington Valley out here in lovely Brighton, along with my broadcast partner, Mike Iveso. My name is Sean Belegian. Just a few moments away from dropping the puck out here as the Howell Highlanders take on the Brighton Bulldogs. And Mike, this is always a big game, but when you consider how well both of these teams are playing right now, I think not only are they in our top 10, the state champs top 10 ranking, I think they're pretty much in everybody's top 10. Always a special night, just a little bit extra here tonight.
Yeah. When you got 2 teams in the top 10, deservedly in the top 10 here, then you're going to have an exciting game. And when you put Brighton and Howell here, again, as I said in the intro, I saw them play in the Fall League. They got a little testy. These 2 teams don't like each other. These kids have grown up playing each other. These guys are ready to play. The fans are on edge. I think this is going to be something exciting tonight.
Well, you're talking about high-caliber players, and I think you have to talk about both the goaltenders as well. You know, there are 2 goaltenders that, if you follow what we do on State Champs, and certainly I hope you follow what we do on State Champs, we have a little award. Ricky Gadwa from Heartland came up with the idea called the Wall Award. Our goaltenders tonight are 2 guys that are on that list, Mike.
Right. Not only are they on the list, we have the last year's winner, and Levi Pinella. And then we have Andrew Clyde, the guy that they've been waiting for at Howell, waiting to replace Ian Badgett from 2 years ago. They always felt they had that goalie in place. Here he is, and he has lived up to all the expectations.
Well, we are a legit production here with State Champs. Maybe not you and I,
right?
But our production crew are phenomenal. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Projected lines.
I love it.
Look at that. You guys are so legitimate. It's unbelievable. How about that, Mike?
That is great. We're still going to pronounce your kid's name wrong, but we're going to know what line they're on.
There's a look at the projected lines, and you know what comes to mind is what you're seeing out of Howell right now. You're seeing productivity out of really pretty much everybody up there.
Absolutely. You look at number 4 Escola and 71 Caitlin. These 2 stand out. They stood out at the showcase. They stood out when we watched them over in Northville. But I want you to keep an eye on number 12, Rory Sturles. This is a kid that came up through this KV Association. He came up through their development program. He's having a sneaky year, Sean. 9 goals, 9 assists.
You know, it's interesting. Hootery is a young man that has flashed some big moments as well. And Tanner Solvay, another one. Make no mistake about that. We'll get to Brighton in just a moment. But first, of course, one of the great traditions of having a hockey game is our national anthem.
Through the perilous fight, oh, the
A packed house here. Kensington Valley Ice House. Where would you rather be on a Thursday night? By the way, before I forget, happy holidays to everybody out there. 'Tis the season, but 'tis the night for hockey here all across the State Champs Network. Let's take a look at the projected lines if we have a second from Brighton as well. We saw Howell's before the anthem. There is a look at Brighton's projected lines.
And it is just packed with KV kids, and of course the names we know. Petit, Duffney up top, leading in goals, leading in points. As I had Rory Sturos on the one side, I want you to keep an eye on number 9, Zach Helmanen. Not only is this kid fast, but he could have one of the highest hockey IQs out here on the ice tonight. He knows where to be. He comes from a pedigree. His brother played in the NHL with the Sharks. The kid knows the game. Keep an eye on him. Importantly for Brighton, they've gotten healthy. Ryan Watkins is in his first game back, and you're going to see a difference in this team's defensive effort here tonight. Levi's not going to be seeing as many shots because of what Watkins brings to this lineup.
Well, he is a good-looking junior defenseman to make sure, getting ready to drop the puck out here. So glad you can join us on a Thursday night here from the Kensington Valley Ice House, and we are underway here on the State Champs Network. Brighton trying to get a little something going to start. That's Peterson into the corner. He's double-teamed. Petit comes over. Sends it back to the point. Watkins' shot doesn't get through. Trying to get something going in transition now. Howell all the way down the ice, and the icing is called.
And already we're seeing a nice little break out there, started by the defenseman, Hewlett back there on defense. They're going to try to use their speed, get behind Brighton's defense. We said it earlier at the showcase. We said Howell's got the size. They've got to use it.
They keep the top lines out there. Caitlin taking that draw against Petit, controlled by Howell. Here they come. Love the gold pants, Mike. You and I have talked about that many times.
Absolutely. Going with a little Oregon Duck style.
Yep, absolutely. Duffney with a big hit to push the puck out, and they're going to go for change. Safe play off the glass into the neutral zone, but controlled by Howell. Watkins out there for a longer shift. You're going to see him log a lot of minutes. Petit now gets his pass intercepted and dumped right back in by the Highlanders. Marco Wolf giving chase, but coming the other way. Brighton looking for the home run pass, but going to go all the way. And it has its desired effect. Andrew has to make the stop. Faceoff stays deep in that Howell zone.
And a little gamesmanship there by Sider with a little spray on the goalie, getting in there. I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight. They're going to take turns trying to get under each other's skin. Who keeps their emotions in check is going to be on top tonight.
Well, you know, Mike, you brought it up. These are guys that know a lot about each other, have grown up playing against each other, playing with each other. So there might be some chirping tonight.
Oh, I would expect
There might be a little chirping tonight.
And I don't think their moms are going to want to hear what they're saying.
Here comes Howell now trying to get something going. There's Sauvé, centering pass. Brighton gets there first. That's Eric House. Now controlled by Howell. Trying to set things up. Shot wide of Levi Piniella. Off the shoulder, up into the netting. And we get a face-off. 15:28 to go, first period. No score early on in this one. Packed house here tonight.
Packed.
My goodness.
We're talking 4 deep on the boards here. I think the crowd is waiting, and from the start of the game, the teams are waiting. Who's going to make them first move? They look a little timid out here, checking each other out. Everyone's going to get their shifts in, and then we're going to see this get started.
The senior mitter taking the draw for the Highlanders in those beautiful gold pants right off the draw. Shot doesn't get through. Brighton with a chance to get it out. Get it to the line and finally out. Coming the other way is Marek Alent. He had a strong start to this season. Some much-needed depth for this Bulldog team, Mike.
Absolutely. Depth is what it's all about. Howell's got a lot of it. Brighton's starting to bring it up through their development program, too.
Giving chase in the corner. Eddie Wheeler had it for a moment. Doubles back, controls it for a moment, sends it back to House. Or that's Alent, my apologies. Shot from just outside the circle, doesn't get through, comes the other way, sent back where it came. America lent on it. Trying to get the cycle going. Centering pass just missed Alent, and forced back to get it in his own zone is Benkner. Benkner off the boards into the neutral zone. Controlled there for the moment by Howell. Thrown back into the neutral zone. You're right, Mike. A feeling out process early on with these two teams.
And they're playing very reactionary. As you could see that last out by Brighton, Howell was sitting back watching for the stretch passes that they had started early. So they're just trying to get a feel.
Puck dumped in deep, playing a little dump and chase, deflected up into the protective net. Hey, Ulta Equipment knows when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Ulta Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ULTA. That's A-L-T-A. Can't thank our friends at Ulta enough for everything they do. Draw stays in the Brighton zone.
Let's keep an eye on this, Sean. Sorry to keep an eye on it. They won the change D. It looks like they're trying to match up with Hewlett on the Petit line.
We're going to get a tripping call right off the draw, Mike. I'm sure you saw the same thing that I did.
Yep.
Arm popped up, and we are going to get a look at the Brighton power play. And I have a feeling this unit's going to stay out there,
yes,
Mike.
Absolutely. And as far as the penalty, it's off the face-off. You miss a lot of opportunities if you don't start your hard work right as the puck is dropped. And when you do, and guys are holding people up, stick in the feet, guy falls down. That's an easy call. And now we got our first power play of the game.
Petit will come in to take this draw against Mitter. Controlled by Brighton. Back to the point, Watkins. Watkins, other side to Duffy, back to Watkins. Trying to set up the umbrella. Nobody home on the near side, and they get an opportunity to clear it into the neutral zone. Starting over there, Watkins leaves it for Duffy. Duffy tries to punch it in, but intercepted there by Howell. That's Mitter. Good job throwing it back into the neutral zone. Standing all four at the line, not giving Brighton a chance to set up shop. Now here they come. Duffy to Watkins. Duffy calls for it. Duffy from the dot. Shot blocked. He bats it in behind the net, but they're going to say played with the high stick.
They're trying to feed him. They're trying to feed Duffy over on that board. They have much more success when they move that puck around a little bit more, and they come from strong side to weak side with Duffy, but you know they know where it's going. Again, these two teams are very familiar with each other. They weren't giving them anything, let alone the entry as they stood on the blue line.
$1:20 left in this power play opportunity. Howell wins the draw in the Brighton zone. They're content to just throw it in back behind the net, and Brighton's going to get a chance to come the other way here. That's Mason Blow throwing it over to Helmanen. Now at the line, high slot breaking in. Looking on the wing, puck laid there for a second. Andrew had to be careful as that puck laid there perilously in front of him. Levi Piniella going to come out and leave it on a tee for Mason Blow. Blow head up. Still a lot of time on this power play. Play at the line called on the offside.
Yeah, they're really giving them fits standing up at that blue line. They know what they want to do. They know they want to carry it. They're going to have to change it up. They're going to have to either do where they play it back and catch them off guard, or they're going to have to get it deep and go retrieve that puck. Right back with the Duffy line.
Yeah. Petit wins the draw back. Watkins chase it, but Duffy plays the point on the power play, a forward on the point. Lane showing some patience. Goes far side to Duffy to Watkins. Watkins up top. Waits. Back to Duffy. 20 seconds remaining. Petit. Shot. Didn't get through. Look at Howell getting bodies in the way of the shooting and passing lanes, and they get an opportunity to clear it.
Yeah, they're reading their plays very well. They're taking away the passing lanes, and they're giving Petit and Duffy all the room to shoot from the blue line all day.
Duffy with speed. Duffy 1-on-3. Duffy on the back wing. Boy, a nifty little shot there. Howell with an opportunity to come back the other way. Good job getting back, though, by number 15, J.P. Popna, to make sure that was not an odd man rush. Coming back the other way with speed. Now Brighton. Puck to the line, kept in by Petit, but deflected back into the Brighton zone. So good kill by Howell, Mike, and we're scoreless still a few minutes into this one.
Let's see if they can take a little bit of that momentum. I'm still waiting for the physicality. Who's going to take over this game physically and emotionally?
Whitlock chips it in. Now he gives chase. Big battle down there, 2-on-2. One by Howell, come near side. Still struggling to get it out. It's a giveaway. High slot shot just over the head of the goaltender. Now coming back the other way. Howell with speed. You trying to use that body. Good outside. Good defensive play there by J.P. Popma. The senior just used his leverage to drive him into the boards, Mike.
Absolutely. He's a big kid, likes to use that body. His game's really come along in the last 3 or 4 years.
Freddie Londo throws it into the corner. Back to the point. Boy, high off the goaltender. And he makes a big stop there. Warrior Hockey supports the state champs Hockey Player of the Year and the Wall, the Goaltender of the Year. Vote for your favorite player or goalie at statechampsnetwork.com. Check out the latest gear at warrior.com. Can't thank our friends at Warrior enough for all that they do to support not just hockey at this level, but hockey everywhere, Mike.
Absolutely. Great people over there. Great
Absolutely.
People.
Draw one by Brighton. Shot from the point. Puck lay there for a second. Boy, bodies all over the place, and somebody was able to knock it wide. Not sure if Andrew saw that.
He hasn't seen a couple of them. They're giving him those shots from out there, which is fine and safe, but you got to clear a pathway for your goalie to see it.
Sean McLaren able to chip it up. By the way, he spells his name the right way. Always have to point that out.
All right. Player of the week last week.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely. He's got the name of the week as far as I'm
Oh,
concerned. McLaren back to the point. Good block there. How about giving up his body? That's Joel Escola giving up his body.
Got to like it when one of your top scorers is blocking shots out there. That's got to fire that bench up.
Howell trying to get something going here. Maybe they got it here. Tough angle. Couldn't get the shot off. Now Watkins comes in to seal off Brandon Mitter. Boy, Watkins is just such a good player back there, Mike. You could see his reaction there. Right play and sealed his man off, so there would be no centering pass.
I was just going to say the same thing. What a difference he's already made in this team, where to me it feels like Brighton's playing more of their game than Howell's being allowed to play their game right now.
Petit can't get it out, but he gets the rebound. Comes back to him, loses his stick, and now Duffney's trying to start it up. Throws it in deep. Comes back to him for a moment, but an opportunity to clear, can't get it out. Lane Petit on it. I think he's going to get called there.
Yeah, that's an easy call.
Absolutely. Going to call it cross-checking there, and we'll take a look at this Howell power play as Lane Petit heads to the box.
And we'll see again now, do they take that momentum from killing the penalty over to here? As I stated earlier, I see Brighton playing their game a little bit more than what I see Howell. What we need to see out of Howell, Sean, is that passing game. They distribute the puck well, and when they're doing that, they score goals and win.
Ed Hootery going to take this draw. Wins it forward off the draw. Boy, didn't miss by much. Nifty little win there, an opportunity to clear it, and they do high off the ceiling here at this beautiful ice rink.
And it's just great. Again, I've spent numerous days in this rink over the last 15 years and seeing all these kids, and Hootery's one of them that just came up through the ranks out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, who's this kid on the Raiders that is playing so well? Next thing you know, he's on the Renegades, and he is really stepping up this year.
Howell controls for the minute, but an opportunity to get it out, and they do. They have to start afresh. There's Hootery just offside. Just offside, I might add. So still lots of time left in this power play opportunity. No score between two of the best in Livingston County, not just Livingston County, the entire state.
Absolutely, and I'm starting to read some frustration on the Howell faces and the heads going back to that bench here. They're just not able to get themselves going right now.
Mitter's going to throw it back. Now an opportunity to come up. That's Sturos. Check that. Patilla. Now Sturos comes over, getting a little help from Caitlin. Back behind the net, centering past nobody home Backhand to the line, but kept in by Howell. Escola back there just to throw it in deep. Trying to keep that pressure in the Bulldog zone. Opportunity to clear, and they do. Brighton's going to go for changes. Howell's going to keep their unit out there.
It's a nice kill by Aiden Sider out there, using the physicality and his speed to keep him at bay.
Now forced to start over. Throwing it on the near wing there. Escola gives chase. Watkins back there as well. Smart play by Watkins, but kept in by Howell. Watkins back in there again, 1-on-2, but Howell controls. Couldn't get that centering pass through. Opportunity to clear it, and they do. Nice clear there by Mason Blow, the senior defenseman. Still an opportunity for one more rush, but good job tying up the puck in deep. Now an opportunity for Howell coming the other way. Here they come with speed. High slot area. Puck goes off a shin and into the corner. Now coming out on his backhand. Backhand opportunity just over the head of Levi Piniella.
But
Boy, Hootery was very dangerous there.
He was very good. He needs a little bit of help there. That play was one pass away from being a goal.
Shot from the point somehow got through. Good positioning there by Levi Piniella to make sure that he gobbles that up. Hey, every high school sporting event in the state has one thing in common: officials. And officials are needed now more than ever. Go to MHSAA.com for more information, because without officials, it's just practice. No score here. So glad you could join us. Thursday night in Brighton. He's Mike Ivesel. I'm Sean Belegian. Thanks so much for inviting us into your laptops, your phones, your computers, wherever you are.
Your iPads,
really
wherever.
appreciate it.
Well, here we are, Sean. We are 10 minutes into this game. This was the point where I said, if Howell could get through this, get through being on the road against a big team, we might see him turn around. Let's see if we get that.
Brighton trying to keep the puck in deep. Helmanen was rooting around, but an opportunity now for Howell to come the other way. Puck deflected up over the bench. No, you're absolutely right, Mike. I think it took a few minutes to Howell to get her going and start some skating. And, after a couple of body blows, if you will, things are all even here score-wise, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes from here, because there's going to be a lot of intensity. There already is, and it's only going to pick up as this game progresses.
And they're already looking better than the last time I seen them, where about this point I think they were down 2 or 3 goals to Orchard Lake over at the showcase at Eddie Edgar. So they're still not playing their best right now, but it's still a tie game. Keep your heads up and let's see what they get.
McLaren leaves it for his defense partner. Now an opportunity for Petit. He's going to start over again his own zone. Heads up, picks up some speed. The dynamic lane. Petit, look at him in, out, and then the shot. No problem there, though. Did everything right, but that kid, pretty darn good goaltender, Mike.
Yeah, Andrew Cly's a good one. He's one that you want to push everything to the outside. 99% of the time he's going to save those shots. One might squeak in. But again, we're seeing a lot of this. That was a nice play. He went 1-on-4 there, got the shot on net. Where's everybody else? We got to get our legs going this game. I really think everyone's sitting on the anticipation, doesn't want to make that first wrong move from what I saw in the fall games.
Howell able to clear at the length of the ice, but that is going to be called for the icing. So we'll do it again at the other end of the ice. Duffney and Petit, of course, 2 guys that we've talked so much about. Going back to when they burst on the scene as explosive sophomores, and boy, they've just gotten better and better and better.
Every time we see them.
Yep.
Every time we see them, they're doing something that still makes us ooh and ah.
There's an opportunity for Duffney. Boy, Cly had to be very careful there, Mike. Make no mistake about that. Hey, Muggs and Bops is proud to be a part of the greatest season, high school hockey season. Your team may play fast and loose on the ice, but there's no reason to slip on your driveway or sidewalk. Stop at Mug and Bops for a 50-pound bag of rock salt. Mug and Bops, proudly supporting high school hockey. And Mug and Bops, I had to use their product just a couple days ago, as a matter of fact.
How about that?
It's amazing how that works out.
Don't get me wrong. I think we're getting a little line matchups here as when people are going off, the other coaches are throwing guys out there. And right now I think we've got the Duffy lines doing what they want. Let's see if this Howardy line for Howell can get themselves going.
Back to the line, just shot straight in by House. They keep the puck in, no problem there for KLAA. 5:35 to go here. First period, no score on the State Champs Network.
Howell's just running through some line changes here, trying to keep people fresh, trying to play as many as they can, but I think they're also looking for that combination of what's going to get us going, what's going to spark us here. They need a spark.
Zach Helmanen wins the draw, but controlled by Howell and out into the neutral zone. Brighton gets it back, promptly shoots it in deep. Helmanen down there giving chase. Howell with an opportunity to break out now. Good job staying with it there by number 24, Marco Wolf. Comes to the other side, able to keep it back in though. That's Franti, just throws it in deep. Now controlled along the far boards by Hootery. Look at this centering pass opportunity in front, just wide. Oh, he didn't miss by much, did Marco Wolf.
Every time this Hootery is out there, something's happening. I think Howell's got their spark right now.
Oh, boy, backdoor was wide open. Unfortunately, Tanner Solveig could not get that pass through. Standing all by his lonesome was Hootery on that far wing play over the boards and the whistle blows.
And I think that was Watkins again in front. He was on an island by himself, didn't overcommit, and just laid that leg down and blocked that pass. And more importantly, not only blocked the pass, but blocked it away from the net, didn't set up his goalie to have to make a save on that one. But Solveig had Hootery wide open.
That line has been dangerous. Make no mistake about that. Draw one by the Highlanders. They throw it in deep. Giving chase back there is House. Opportunity to clear it. Can't get it out, though. Kept in by Howell. On it again. High centering pass. Comes right in front of Levi. He just sweeps it out of harm's way for the moment. Howell working on it, though. 1-on-2. Coming in for help is Mitter. Mitter out there, but an opportunity for Brighton to skate it out, and they do. Coming back the other way is Maricalent, until it's swept out of harm's way for the moment. Brighton controls it. Eric House now going to throw it near wing. An opportunity down the near wing on the backhand is Alent. Back to the point. Stepping in, shooting. House gets blocked somewhere in front. And finally, Howell gets an opportunity to clear it with 3:40 to go in a scoreless first period.
There's going to be some puck marks on these Howell defenders, jerseys and pants here. They're really laying it on the line, blocking shots tonight.
I'll tell you what, give the coaching staff credit, Mike. That's a great point. These guys are really paying the price.
Absolutely.
They're really paying the price.
They're going to say, give them the outside, give them the fancy stuff, but you're going to have to block shots.
Here comes Brighton the other way. Tim Peterson, good-looking freshman, playing with Petit and Duffney. Puck up and over. There's Petit, always dangerous. Still on the puck. Still on the puck is Petit. He's finally rubbed out and an opportunity to come the other way. Here come the Highlanders. Good defensive play there. Good body positioning by J.P. Popma. He's had a few moments tonight, Mike.
Absolutely. It was a great stick, a great pivot. He turned the right way, went with the player that looked like he had a step on him, knocked the puck away. Great play by Popma.
Looking for Petit. Here he is. 1-on-0. High shot again. Boy, they've gone high on KLAA a couple times, Mike.
Yeah, he's shaking his head here. That's not something you want to see after taking one off the dome.
Kept in by Bulldogs. Now it's Duffney on it for the moment until Howell gets an opportunity to get it to the line and then finally out. Good work there by Paitila. Now coming back the other way. Kept out again. We got a penalty coming up here. I think that's going to be on Caitlin.
Yep.
Hey, celebrating the 50th anniversary of high school hockey in Michigan, our friends at the Coaches Association. For schedules, scores, and standings, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com.
Giving a little
Keith Roberts in there looking for an explanation.
The explanation.
Cavisto the other way.
I think the explanation he might be looking for is if we had a replay of that, he really did stop before he got to him. Unfortunately, he still got him. And from the ref's angle, from our angle, he still got him, and you've got to call it on safety alone. But to Caitlin's defense, he really did give himself up and did not lay into it.
Howell able to clear it. Levi comes all the way out, leaves it on a tee for his defender, Mason Blow. Blow's going to skate it out, give it up to Helmanen. Helmanen leaves a drop pass, coming high slot now far circle. Brighton's second power play opportunity. Back to Helmanen. Helmanen to the line. Mason Blow. Mason Blow lets a shot go, didn't get through. How many times have we said that tonight? Kept in though. Blow again. Far side. Tough angle shot, knocked away. Cly says enough of that. I'm going to freeze it and keep the draw in the Howell zone.
And I think Evan Judd got a piece of that shot too. They're blocking them. Brighton's moving that puck around. They're one or two passes shorter, getting them out of those lanes. You've got to move them out of their lanes. If you're not going to move the puck, you got to move your feet. You got to move the shooting lane there, and they haven't done it, and it's not getting through. You've got to really look to the sides of that umbrella.
Duffney's going to take this draw. Petit going to be on the point. You've seen them switch that up a little bit. Back to Petit. Wrist shot didn't miss by much. My goodness. Boy, he's got a great release, doesn't he, Mike?
That one got through, didn't it?
Great job muscling the puck out. Give some credit to that. Joel Escola, with a good penalty kill there. Back to Petit. Always dangerous. 2 men on him. Now he gets some support along the near boards. Here's Duffney. Duffney passes over. Score! Tim Peterson, the freshman, on a lovely feed from Cameron Duffney. And Brighton takes the 1-0 lead on the power play.
That is a nice shorthanded goal, but that goal comes if we could see what shot we get. But you look at the work off the puck. Duffney comes in off the puck. This guy's in the scrum. Peterson he works through that scrum, sees a little bit of an opening short side, and how do you do? It's also made by Sider on the other side. He never stood still. A defenseman's now got to pull over to him, and that gives Peterson that little bit of a look.
So the freshman snipes a power play goal to give Brighton a 1-0 lead. Here they are coming at it again.
Tim Peterson.
Leaving it in the corner. Duffney still out there. Duffney puts on the brakes. Throws it back to the point. Near side now. Blow with a shot. Clyde kicks that aside, no problem. Howell looking to get something going. This is going to go the length of the ice, and that is going to be called on the icing. Hey, coming up in the first break, we'll show you state champs hockey time. That's right, Jonathan Kidd and myself will recap the action from last week. You don't want to miss it. Mike, I know you never miss it.
Never. My kid never misses it. Everyone in the Iversville household.
We appreciate that.
Well, Howell is really, we've got 30 seconds here to try to get out of this period, but they've struggled to get themselves going. They've looked like they've got bus legs.
Beckner throws it in deep, centering pass, nobody home. Howell able to clear it into the neutral zone. Helmanen far side now. Shot into the corner. Some more dump and chase. Sent back the other way. That's Connor Hewlett. Good-looking defenseman for the Highlanders. Play called at the line. 5.1 seconds remaining in this period, Mike Iveso.
Yeah, and I think Howell's going to be happy to get out. If there's still 5 seconds left, they're going to be happy to get out here. Let's just call it a 1-goal lead of what it's going to be here. But they've got some work to do in that locker room to figure out how they can get themselves going. And I'm not going to write off Brighton pushing this puck, winning this face-off, and getting an opportunity here.
5 seconds remaining. Duffney going to take this draw. No, he's not going to take this draw.
Psych.
It's going to be Petit coming in. You know he's looking to win it back to 16, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
But nope. Off the bench, in behind the bench, and we'll try it one more time. You can absolutely see what they're trying to do there, trying to win a clean draw back to one of the longtime snipers, either 16 or 22. Duffney's going to take it this time, and you know he's going to try to win it straight back to 22. Look at Lane Petit sneaking in. Good job tying it up, and that is the end of the first period. An exciting first period, a first period that saw Brighton strike first via the power play. It was the freshman Tim Peterson with the goal, and after 17 minutes of play, Mike Ivesel, the Brighton Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead.
I think they have the 1-0 lead. I think they've got the momentum, and I think they're playing their game, and Howell hasn't gotten started yet. So they've got to come back out, and they survived this first period. Be happy you're only down by a goal, but you've got to come out. You've got to start producing. I'm not quite sure how many, if any, shots they had on that.
Intermission coming up. As we mentioned, stay tuned for John Kidd and yours truly, State Champs Hockey Time, right here on the State Champs Network.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Your curiosity takes shape, drawing you into the unknown, where the science and art of tomorrow are waiting for you. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. The College of Arts and Sciences at Lawrence Technological University has all the technology and tools to make magic. Be curious. Make magic.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Bob Maxey Ford now has 3 great locations: Detroit, Howell, and our brand new satellite location, Bob Maxey Ford in Fowlerville.
Visit any of our stores, and I promise you'll receive the same family-friendly experience our customers have enjoyed for over 50 years.
Come in for great pricing on our vehicles.
Like this new Ford F-150 for $275 per month.
Come in for our state-of-the-art service department and award-winning customer service.
Or visit BobMaxeyFordHowell.com and order the new vehicle that's just right for you. Bob Maxey Ford.
Come join our growing family.
With over 20 locations throughout the lower mid-Michigan area, Mug & Bops has got what you forgot. The Mug & Bops Rewards program is designed for loyal customers like you. Every purchase you make will earn points that can be traded in for great rewards like food, beverages, services, and much more. Do you need last-minute home items like rock salt, firewood, or a propane refill? Stop in at your local Mug & Bops on your way home. Mug & Bops is committed to communities we serve and believes it's important to give back to those who have supported us since 1980. Check us out at mugandbops.com for a location near you.
Welcome inside the State Champs Studios for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. I'm Jonathan Kidd, along with Sean Belegian. Sean, how are you?
This is great. Are you kidding me? You know, with so much action before the holiday. By the way, I hope everybody has a great holiday, Merry Christmas, all that stuff. But there's a lot of hockey to talk about, Johnny.
Oh, absolutely. State Champs Hockey Time is presented by our friends at the Alto Equipment Company. Before we get going here, Sean, you just released your new rankings. You can find them on statechampsnetwork.com.
Yeah, you know what? It was difficult. You know, there's so many good teams right now that are jockeying all over the place. I personally, for me, and this is a good problem to have, John, I thought it was tough to condense that 25 to 30 area. That's a good problem because you're seeing a lot of programs go like this, and but it's fun doing it. It really is, and again, it's a testament to all the good hockey that's being played all across the great state of Michigan.
Let's recap what happened across high school hockey last week. Let's start downriver. Trenton, they took on Riverview, gave her a shard. They exact revenge. They beat them 4-1. Hey, shout out to my cousin, Caleb Kidd. He's a defenseman on the team. He gave that nomination to Isaac for the Flow Challenge. Maybe I get invited for Christmas this year.
No, you know what? Any cousin of yours is a cousin of mine. Hey, listen, Trenton is living up to the expectations. We talked them up, a few weeks before the season started, and they're backing it up right now. They have 2 goaltenders. What a nice problem to have.
It's like a 1A and a 1B.
Yeah, 2 goaltenders that can go out any night and get the job done. How about Will Barrett? He's off to a beautiful start right now. This is a darn good team, and that's reflected certainly in our latest ranking.
On Saturday night, it was the battle at the park between Plymouth and Salem. This was a doozy. 4-3, Plymouth came out with the victory, and they're the park champs.
You know what's interesting? Completely out of nowhere, an opposing coach, I was at a game a couple days earlier to that, and an opposing coach came up to me and was talking up Plymouth and said, these guys have taken a big step, vastly improved. You can see that the coaching's working. Flynn Bright is a guy, his name's been out there for a couple years. There's a reason why he's knocking on the door of the wall. 218 goals against average, 906 save percentage. How about Jackson Warzetta? I hope I'm saying that correctly. 9 goals on the season, 5 assists, 14 points. This is a team, speaking of knocking on the door, that's knocking on that top 25 door. So congratulations to the Wildcats, to be sure.
We stay in the KLAA for the battle between Heartland and Brighton. And Heartland, you have now 7th in your rankings. They shut out Brighton 5-0.
Well, I say it every week. I think they're getting better every week, and I'm going to start adding this every week. This will be an old bit. Watch Heartland play. The way they move the puck better than anybody else in the state. I have no problem saying that. Drew Lesperance, there are about 62 of those Lesperances, right? He's number 58 out of 62?
Kind of like with the Pytillas and the Locusts in the world.
He's off to a solid start. I'm going to tell you what. Ian Castamo is one of the most entertaining players to watch. It's been great to watch him grow the last couple of years. To me, he is a hockey player. Watch that kid play. He is really a joy to watch. I think, if you're telling a young kid, how do you want to play at this level? Watch him. He really is a joy to watch. And Ricky Gadwa's got another dangerous Heartland squad.
We've been talking about the Bay City Wolves for a while here on Hockey Time. They cracked your rankings 18th now, and they beat Forest Hill Central 5-2 at the Bay City Showcase last week.
Well, everybody's talking about Gunner, and rightfully so. 11 goals, 4 assists, 15 points. They're getting some tremendous goaltending as well, and Nash Leonard is a young man. His save percentage is .935, .244 goals against. Johnny, they were a team that made some noise last year, but they're a team that's looking to take the next step.
We head to Northern Michigan, and Northville took the trip to take on the Bay Reps. They played them twice on Friday and Saturday. Northville won game 1. Bay Reps won the second game.
Yeah, 2 top 25 teams. I like this Northville team. I think this is a well-coached team. LaFair and Vysotsky up front getting it done. And the reps, Grant Lucas, there's a reason so many people are talking him up. He's got 16 goals and 25 points already on the season. Ethan Coleman, not to be undone, 21 points on the season. And they're getting some great goaltending. This is a name that we might want to remember and start talking to some of the boys out there. How about Boynton Fisher with a .191 goals against average? But it's nice for the home team to get back and exact some revenge. And 2 good teams getting together, it doesn't surprise me that one wins one and the other wins the other.
We head to the east side as number 23 Romeo took on Rochester Stony Creek, and Romeo came out with a 4-1 victory.
Well, not only was there some impressive flow in that locker room, as you saw, you put out the video and everything. Keep an eye on this team and keep an eye on Spencer Groskowitz. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Mom and Dad, but 11 goals, 11 assists on the season, 22 points. Romeo is a team to look out for. Again, Take a look at what they've done so far. Look at the body of work. Keep an eye on them moving forward.
All right, so we head from the
east side to the west side.
As number 3, Byron Center took on number 12, Grand Rapids Catholic Central, and Byron Center remains undefeated with a 5-3 victory.
Remember what we were just talking about, like literally 30 seconds ago? Byron Center is a perfect example of that. They have become a usual suspect. They go out there, they take care of business on the west side, they take care of business wherever they go. Don't forget about Cade Pratt. I don't want that young man to feel overlooked because Lord knows they've had so many incredible players the last few years. Freusland, one of them. But Cade Pratt, 9 goals, 13 assists, 22 points on the season so far. Swanson's been outstanding. He's got a .186 goals against average. This is a deep team, a team that can play anybody, anywhere. And I think they are kind of the poster child of that which we were talking about. Hey, you want buzz? The best way to do it is create it yourself by playing those games and winning those games. And certainly that's what BC has done for the last couple of years to become, again, Johnny, one of the usual suspects.
So that is it for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. Sean, happy holidays to your family. And we're going to be back in a few weeks.
Right back to you, my friend, and to everybody else out there. And you know what? We'll see you at the rink. Well, I told you we'd see you at the rink. Well, you saw us earlier. Now you're just listening to us. He's Mike Ivesel. I'm Sean Belegian. Great to be at the rink tonight. Not just any rink, but we are at the Kensington Valley Ice House here, where after 17 minutes of play, the home team, Brighton Bulldogs, have a 1-0 lead. Mike, thoughts on the first period?
Well, the scoreboard says 1-0, but the gap is a little bit bigger than 1-0. We were talking earlier that you got to take into account all the shots that Howell blocked, which is great on Howell's side. But again, that was more pressure that Brighton was putting on them. I don't know. They're going to talk about it in between, but I don't know if Howell's got the bus legs from that big travel from Howell over here to Brighton, if they were trying to contain themselves from all the intensity of the games in the fall. I don't know.
Well, you know, that's one way to look at it, Mike. If I'm Howell right now, I'm saying to myself, all right, we're lucky we're down by 1. Yeah. We're in this game. You guys paid the price. You blocked so many shots, got sticks in the way in passing lanes. Now let's see a little bit of that offense because, Mike, you and I have seen this offense explode a few times already this year.
Yeah, they've exploded, but what they need is they need to distribute the puck. We didn't see a lot of that out of them. They've got to use their size and speed, dump the puck in, take advantage of the Brighton defensemen, retrieve that puck, start setting up some plays, start moving the puck. Because, again, I didn't count many, maybe one shot on net.
I told you to close that gate, by the way. All those dogs came running out. Somebody let the dogs out.
So it's me. I let the dogs out.
I think it was. It was. I got a little puppy at home.
How's your thumb?
Get me started. I want to leave that gate open so that puppy can run away. I'm joking. I love him. He's a great little puppy, okay? Shout out to Cole, by the way. Second period about to start here. So glad you could join us. Having a great time out here. Just, Mike, as you know, you don't live far from here. Just a great hockey community out this way.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And they feed so many of these high school programs, and that's why I love getting out here, be it Howell, Brighton, Heartland, South Lyon. I was at the Pinckney Walled Lake Unified game the other week. These KV kids are everywhere, and they're always exciting when they get to play each other. That's this game, and I'm betting that Coach Cavisto had his boys saying, play the way you were playing, guys. We've got them. And Robertson and Rocky said, guys, you got to get those feet moving and play Highlander hockey.
Top line's out again. Draw 1. By Brighton. Duffy content to just chip it in. Hewlett giving chase in the corner. He and Duffy, 2 good players down there. Hewlett certainly doing battle. Gets it to the other side, puts in a hit. Duffy with an opportunity in front, can't let the trigger go. There's a shot blocked again. Boy, if I'm Rocky Johnson right now, I am ecstatic over the fact that his team is willing to pay the price time and time again in the defensive zone. Now it's time to get the puck moving the other way. They can't just do it yet. Petit, back to the point. Now over to Watkins. Watkins just content to throw it in deep. Howell gets it along the near boards and finally an opportunity to clear it. That's going to go to the length of the ice for an icing.
Well, all right. So we didn't see any shots on net by the Highlanders there, but I saw a lot more spunk out of them. Hewlett down low, working on Duffney, didn't give up, work on the boards. He beat him off the board. He came back. He got in his face. All that whole line worked that entire shift. That was the most their feet have moved this entire game.
Helmanen takes this draw, controlled for the moment by Brighton, and now they have it. Back to the point. House, shot from 58 feet, no problem there. Spinning, turning in his own zone is Hootery. Now coming back the other way. Once again, Marco Wolf. He's on it, but stepping up from the D is Franti. Parker Franti throws it far side, nobody home. Solveig loses it for a moment, and here comes Brighton, an opportunity. Coming in far side, shot, big save. Cly stayed with them all the way. Mike gave him nothing to shoot at.
Absolutely. There's your, he's on that wall list for a reason, and you saw it right there. He's a big kid and hits.
Nice move by Wolf, and Levi stayed with them all the way. The pace starting to pick up a little bit, Mike.
Yeah, this is the game we expected to see. We're only a minute and a half into this period, and already Howell is making some plays. I would like to see them use their speed on these Brighton defensemen, get wide and go down and start it. Wolf stopped at the blue line. Nice pass, not taking anything away from them, but their job, they got to get that puck lower and get some good scoring chances.
Mitter takes this draw for Howell. Controlled for just a moment, but rubbed out on the play by J.P. Popma. We've called his name a few times. High slot area again, clear to wide. Into the corner, coming back the other way. Big deflection out in front, but puck bouncing a lot here tonight, Mike.
Yeah, we noticed that earlier. KV tends to have some funky ice, but that's the fault of the puck more than the ice.
Evan Judd gives chase, but controlled by Brighton. Just content to dump it in is Landon Whitlock. Giving chase back behind his own net is Hewlett. Hewlett looking for a pass. Levi has to come out and play it. Puck controlled again by Howell. On it now is Mitter. He loses it, and an opportunity to skate it out for Bulldogs. Big rub out there at center ice. Puck cleared the length of the ice, and that is going to be an icing.
That was a nice shift out there by, we had number 9, we had Mitter. We've got number 23, Dominic Giordano, who the few games we have seen him has been a defenseman. They got him up there. That was a lot of energy. That was the best forecheck they had. They turned some pucks over. Then, yeah, they broke it out, but they had a back check that the puck was pinched before the red line. That was a great shift. Hopefully they can carry it over here with Caitlin's line.
Top line out again. Petit with the goal scorer, Tim Peterson, and, of course, Cam Duffney. Watkins going to send it back in. Duffney forced to touch up. Howell with an opportunity to break out. They're trying to get something going. Here they come. Caitlin with a shot high off of Levi Piniella. Kind of shrugged it off. Another shot comes in, tipped in front, and just a wide. That was played with a high stick, though, right?
Yeah, that was a high stick. Now, here's my question. This might be the question that the bench is asking. He tipped it high. Levi made that save. Does that nullify it, or does it still come all the way down? One of these NHL rules, we're going to find out here in a second. Because he definitely made the save.
I think Watkins is going to the penalty box in the interim. So, Mike, that is going to stay deep in that Brighton zone.
Well, I still want the answer to my question. So if anybody out there is listening, would that have come all the way down, or does it get nullified on the save?
I think it gets nullified on the save, doesn't it?
All right, so they called Watkins after the whistle. I think it was a little bit of a cross-check. This is starting to pick up and turn into this rivalry we thought we had already. So already the second period's living up to a little bit of the hype.
Big draw here. Caitlin, the captain, number 71, having a conversation with the officials. Lane Petit is saying puck should come out of the zone. You'd see Rocky Johnson having a conversation with the officials as well.
So this is going to be very interesting. These refs are going to have to pull out the rule book. I'm sure they're going to pretend like they know what they're calling here, and I'm going to trust that they know what they're calling, but it is an interesting dilemma.
Still having a conversation out there.
How about we call it for everybody and we do it at center ice?
Okay.
Seems like the fair thing to do. No one can be mad at that.
Look at that beard, by the way. Is that it? Is that? Look at that beard. That is a legend.
When you have a beard like that, you always look angry. He looks like an angry elf or a dwarf. I mean, look at that face. Because that mustache comes down like he's probably smiling underneath like, haha, I made the right call.
Probably one of the nicest humans you've ever known.
But he looks so grumpy.
He's having a conversation with Keith Robertson now.
Coach Robertson doesn't look so happy.
Keith, a big part of the early season success. Rocky Johnson comes in as well. Having a conversation at the bench. Nothing wrong with that.
That was very nice of Coach Rocky. Don't leave your partner out there by himself. You come in and you get involved too, but all right, I think the beard's got it.
I think Lane Petit sitting there saying, I told you guys, if we wouldn't have wasted the last 2 minutes, right? We got to take the draw right here.
He might collect the ref fees after this one for this call.
Still having a conversation.
Yeah. Wow.
Petit and Caitlin sitting there saying, all right, we're ready to go, boys. Nope, now
it's it.
Back inside the Brighton zone.
I think the guy with the shorter beard overturned everything. And I'm going to say I think they got it right. I wouldn't understand why it came outside, even though the high stick would come down here. It's either there or there,
I'm with you. Right off the draw. Boy, almost an opportunity there. Mitter throws it into the corner. Gets some help from Caitlin. Now back to the line. Kept in at the line by Escola. Other side to Caitlin. Back to the point. Power play opportunity. Caitlin coming in. Backhand pass in front. Nobody home. Net knocked off its moorings, and the play is called.
I was just going to say, I liked how aggressive Brighton was being, forcing the subject, force him. But then Petit got tripped up on his aggressiveness, and it almost cost him there.
There's Levi Piniella. Just a great goaltender and a great kid. You and I both had the opportunity to talk to him. Just a really, really joy to talk to.
100%.
Duffney able to clear it the other way. Clyde comes out, plays it near side, but Petit first one there. Overskates it. Now here comes Howell the other way. 2-on-2. No problem there for number 14, Sean McLaren. Howell power play. Brighton up 1-0. Picking up speed now is Escola. Takes it around the net. Back to the point. Throws it down to Caitlin. Near side now to Mitter. Mitter content to throw it back behind the net to Sturos. Sturos to Caitlin. Boy, a tough angle shot there, but nearly came back out in front. Oh, Caitlin in that long reach, very dangerous. Pass to the point, doesn't connect. And Howell forced back in their own zone.
There was that Rory Sturos I was talking about in the pregame, keeping an eye on him, doing some hard work below the net to create that chance.
Marco Wolf on it now. Gives it up to number 21, Hootery. Along the near boards. High slot area now. Hootery can't get there. And a backhand clear by the Bulldogs. Give credit there to number 9, Zach Helmanen, the senior. Killing off some crucial moments on this power play. 15 seconds remaining in this power play. Picking up speed is Wolf. Off the boards and then whistled the other way. Swatala back in his own zone. Plays catch with Hewlett. Hewlett on the backhand to Swatala. And we're at full strength. Good kill there by the Bulldogs. Up 1-0. Swatala now picking up speed. Far wing shot. Levi Piniella, no problem there. Back in behind his own net. Popma to the line and out. And we got a call. This is going to be a penalty on the Howell Highlanders. Hey, Bob Maxey Ford in Lincoln strives to differentiate themselves by delivering the highest level of customer service while at the same time actively supporting the communities they serve. Visit BobMaxeyFordHowell.com. Thank you very, very much to the Maxey family.
This penalty is the result of something we talk about. You're making a good play, you get some momentum, you're going, but you have to draw that line somewhere. Hewlett had a great rush, made a nice pass, was going to the net. That's where that aggressiveness has to stop. A little bit of a cross check. Once again, as we always say, make it easy on the ref there.
Brighton up 1-0. Clearing pass. Hits the roof. Draw stays in that Howell zone.
So we'll see. Can the Highlanders keep this momentum they've gone? They had some nice scoring chances on their power play down there. They don't want to lose it with this penalty kill.
Tim Peterson, the goal scorer here on the power play. Brighton looking to add. Opportunity here on the power play. Mike, it's cliche, but the next one might be a big one. I thought that puck went over the line as well. The official said kept in by Mason Blow. Shot, deflected, score!
Well, first we got to get to those quick hands on Mason Blow. They're keeping that in. We don't want to look at that replay. The refs got it right. And then you move over, and what we say? Block shots. That was keeping Howell in that first period. This one gets through. This shot from McLaren, and it looks like it might have went off a Howell stick because McLaren was celebrating. See how he moves his feet? He creates that lane, and it does. It goes off Chad Pietla's stick there. Clyde doesn't have a chance, but that was what we talked about in the first period. I'm sure, again, Coach Gavisto is having conversations in there about, guys, we're getting our shots blocked. We either got to move our feet, we have to move that shooting lane. That's exactly what Sean McLaren did.
I'm with you. I think that one went off of McLaren. They're going to say Alent got it, though. They're going to say that Alent got it. Maybe it deflected off the Howell defender and then off of Alent.
Off of Alent. It could have. It could have. I don't know if we could pull that replay up again.
Maybe we have a replay of that. We'll see.
A replay of the replay?
LTU, our friends at Lawrence Technological University, which is located in Southfield, Michigan, and is amongst the largest college of architecture and design in the nation. To learn more, visit ltu.edu. 2 power play goals in this game, Mike Ivesel. The difference is Brighton has a 2-0 lead.
And when they've had that power play, again, they've been able to do what they've wanted. They've set it up. And I saw you look up at the sky there. Are you as hot as I am right now? It is on fire.
Here comes Petit. Centering pass. Boy, Clyde had to be very careful there. Tim Peterson didn't get much on it, but he caught him moving. Puck to the line, not out. Peterson gives chase in the corner. Working down low with Del Toro. Del Toro wins that battle. Off the boards and out. Nearly a bounce straight to the dangerous Hootery. But on the backhand, able to clear. Here comes Peterson, the freshman, with Duffney. Trying to work it into Duffney. Petit takes a swing at it, and coming the other way is Howell. Boy, they're opening up these top lines, are they? 1-on-3. Look at that move. Crosses. Fires in back behind the net. Great opportunity there by Wolf. Now coming back the other way. Here comes Brighton. Helmanen trying to throw that in front. Now it's Petit. 1-on-4. Petit back to the line. That's Benkner. Throws it back in deep to Petit. He's been out there for a while. Now coming in for support is Helmanen. Driving towards the net. Petit knocked aside. To the line but not out. Shot from the point. Petit still not able to get off the ice. Shoots it right back in. Now he's off the ice. Long shift there. Puck comes all the way down to Levi. He's forced to leave it on a tee for J.P. Popman.
Yeah, they needed to alleviate some of that pressure. All that pressure was Petit. What a shift by 22. Creating the chances and getting the chances.
Now it's Londo using that big frame, trying to get something going down low. How with an opportunity to clear, they do. Here comes Mitter. He's got a winger. On the backhand, trying to power in front. Can't do it. Good job by the defender, just guiding him outside. Puck still not out. Now an opportunity to clear it. And Londo's going to throw it to the far wing. Onside, that's Sider. Throwing it in, opportunity. Boy, short side, wasn't a lot of room there, but looking dangerous was Helmanen.
Helmanen's been buzzing on this shift.
That he has. Benkner now throws it into the neutral zone. Now he's going to try it again off the boards, and here's an opportunity. 2-on-0. Pass. Whoa! Stop by Clyde. Oh, my goodness gracious. 2-on-0, and he comes up big. Hey, Mike, with over 20 stores all over mid-Michigan, Mug and Bops is right here in Livingston County with multiple stores in Howell and Brighton. Do you have a holiday party coming up? You need ice, you need supplies? Stop at your local Mug and Bops, proudly supporting high school hockey. What a stop by Clyde.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, Sider and Allen had him dead to rights, and he just stretched that toe out, and he got it. That right there, mark that one in your books. 3-0. This sounds, cliche? 3-0's a huge difference than 2-0.
Yeah.
You make it a 3-goal lead, and it's incredible. That is going to be a save to remember if Howell can get themselves under their feet.
Alent wins that draw. He is one of the goal scorers. 2 power play goals, one by the senior Marek Alent, the other by the freshman Tim Peterson. Now Brighton on it again, in behind the net. Big battle. Hewlett wins that battle. Over to Caitlin, but controlled again by Brighton. Hewlett on it again. Starts one way, goes the other way on his backhand, takes a big bump. Now Brighton picks it up. Another spin move there, coming near side. Still kept in by Brighton. Shot in front, big rebound. Clyde with another big stop, and another big stop. Boy, 2 dandy of a save in that sequence.
Wow, he's living up to it here tonight. He's keeping his team in it. These refs are taking a beating today. It's about the 3rd time they've got hit in the last minute.
Well, you can play goal, and if not for the heroics of Andrew Klein, Mike, this could be bigger.
Yeah, we're looking at a couple of goals he just picked out of his net there, and you got to look at that Brighton bench, and they've got to be hyped up. Their 3rd line came out there and just absolutely dominated. The work by Landon Whitlock, what a shift by that kid.
Swatala trying to get something going the other way. Here they come. Short side, no problem for Levi. No problem for Levi there. Swatala got the puck up to Hootery.
Yeah, right
Take
now,
a look at this last sequence, Mike.
Starts right here with Whitlock. What a play on Hewlett. Uses the physicality, and that creates these turnovers. House throws it. Oh, where's the second one? Right there on Whitlock, just diving for it. That's where you're hoping and praying. You're just diving at pucks, and they're hitting them. But again, you've got to take a little bit of that luck and turn it into some hard work now.
Draw control for the moment by the Highlanders. Now Brighton with an opportunity far side. Petit down there. Gives it up. Now it's Duffney. Can't get it out. Given away. It's kept in until Petit comes over and able to swing it the other way. High off the boards, never a bad decision. Marco Wolf sends it the other way. Sent promptly back in by Brighton, but that is going to be called on the icing. Hey, every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. And officials are needed now more than ever. Go to mhsaa.com for more information, because without officials, it's just practice. Faceoff comes deep in that Brighton zone. Howell looking to get a little something going here, Mike.
Yeah, they got to get someone going other than Hootery. The kid's been magic every shift he's been on. He's the only one creating a lot of chances out here. There's a lot more talent on this team. They just got to get themselves into this game.
Now giving chase. I think Hewlett's going to get there first. Boy, he plays a lot of minutes. Good-looking defender for the Highlanders, to be sure. Puck gets to the line and finally pushed out. They have 2 the other way if they want it. Good play there by the defender. Give credit where credit is due. The junior John Benkner just stood his ground and was able to chip it harmlessly into the corner. Now here comes Hellman the other way. Still after the puck, kept in by Brighton. Back to the point, Helmanen. Now cross ice pass over to Benkner. Benkner throws it in.
Oh.
Clyde with a stop, gets that extra chirp, and there was the extracurricular you had a feeling was starting.
Yeah, and they just sat someone down. Hewlett just got sat down. Don't grab the face mask. That all started with a spear by Sider on Clyde.
Well, some old friends getting together, Mike.
Absolutely.
What else would you expect between Howell and Brighton?
I'd say half these kids on the ice are renegades, and this is one right here. And if there's one that was going to get, Aiden Sider's got a little bit of an edge to him, and he's showing it here. And there was a punch.
You don't want to see that.
I think we're gonna see a couple
Still
of Jacksons.
Look at this. Boy, Freddie Londo is really agitated at somebody now.
Well, we better watch it. We got a bunch of Highlanders on here. This is where it can get dangerous. You got to get these guys off the ice.
Yeah, smack dab in the middle of that was Braden Mitter. And Londo in particular was really agitated about something. Not sure there was so much going on, but Aiden Sider, you knew he was getting one of them, Mike.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's see how far it goes back, because that's where I saw it start, was Sider poked at Clyde well after the whistle. That play could have ended right there. However, I think the refs were on the other side, didn't quite see it, so Howell quickly took it into their own hands. We had Hewlett out there. I lost everybody else in the sea of humanity. And as you saw, Londo was losing it a little bit. But again, this was the game that we knew some of them were going to play, to get under each other's skin and see if we can get someone to make that big mistake in the penalty box.
Mike, Alta Equipment knows when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. So nice at our fantastic crew that does such a great job, our camera guys, the graphic guys. They also did a good job of bringing the Florida Keys to us, because it is about 88 degrees up here in our broadcast booth right now.
88?
Wouldn't you think it's about 88 degrees right now?
I'm going
maybe
98.
Maybe
I've already
98?
taken my jacket off. I'm ready to take my sweatshirt off. My boots, I wore boots thinking it was going to be cold here at KV. I am sweating.
Well, I was told about the Finnish saunas before the game, and, we're getting to experience it right now.
Absolutely.
It's kind of a sauna up here in the booth.
Well,
I'm not complaining.
The good news is it brings great health. So we are going to be healthier. Dehydrated, but healthier.
Still having a conversation down at the bench. At the box, officials really having a conversation.
Well, and having a conversation over some good, what we call this, thrash metal? What is this?
I don't know. Remember when guys like you and I used to know all about music and we don't anymore? Do you remember that?
Oh, this is Drowning Pool Bodies? You said bodies. It's just bodies on the floor, bodies. Look at me. Look at me. I just turned 21 years old.
That sounds cool.
Isn't it?
Leave it to Kevin to know.
Yes,
right?
That was a good call. And way to be on top of it.
Remember when we used to know music? I don't know any music
Well,
anymore.
I would say we still know music. I don't know if that's music what they play now.
Oh, boy. Now we're going full dad. We're going absolutely full dad. Let me tell you about Chubby Checker.
Well, I am.
That was music.
I am shaking my fist at the sky like old man, get off my lawn, but I'm shaking it at these heaters that I can't believe aren't melting the ice.
Breaking the action as we have a discussion, long discussion.
Let's see if we can gauge off the coach's reaction of what we might get here. There's already, Sider's got 2 minutes. That's the only penalty on the board right now.
Still having a conversation down there. Both Keith Roberts
does not.
Rocky Johnson.
Not happy.
No, not at all.
So, this is one of these that, as a coach, obviously, you're a little bit more vested into it, and there's no right answer that this ref can have for him. But sitting on the outside, if they give Sider the initial 2 for the slash, whatever you want to call it, on Clyde, and then offset everybody else, because everybody else was doing everything, right? There wasn't one player that was too much over the top, and then we go from there. But that also comes with the warning of, guys, the next time we're going to be handing out 10s, if they're not already handing out 10s.
Well, you and I both saw the same thing. It looked to me like a punch was thrown. Maybe they're going to say it was a shove. I don't know.
Right. And on top of the punches, there's the bigger penalty, which is the face masking.
Yes.
And I saw a little face masking going on too. And I'm wondering if if they're not happy with what they didn't call or maybe what they did call, because I have a feeling that face mask would go against them.
Kurt Kavisto standing at his bench having a conversation as well. You can see Rocky Johnson, the head coach at Howell, on our screen there. Kurt also having a discussion, trying to sort this all out. You can see the officials saying, come on, boys, we're going to go play right now. Trying to sort it all out.
There goes Sider to the locker room.
Sider to the room.
So he's got the 2, and then I can't imagine him going for a 2 and a 10. So that we'll hear. I mean, could that be the punch that we possibly saw?
Yeah, you hate to speculate, but we're waiting for the official confirmation ourselves.
Yeah, and I don't want to be accusing anybody of doing anything. There was a mass of humanity there. There were things going on. I'm not quite sure who did it.
2-0 Brighton, we can tell you that. 2 power play goals. First, the freshman Tim Peterson.
And we've got 2 going here.
And then Merrick Allen. And we have 2 Howell players coming off. That's Braden Mitter and Dominic Giordano.
Well, anytime you lose guys, it's just digging into your depth here. And right now, both teams need all hands on deck.
Well, there's 2 on the board, as you pointed out, Mike.
I don't see anybody in the Highlanders box except for a goalie, and I'm not quite sure how that happened.
Sean McLaren has 2 on the, or excuse me, that's 19.
Yeah,
Aiden Sider has the 2.
That was the initial 2, I'm guessing, they're going to probably call it a slash. And this is the great thing. The kids are down here. They're all huddled up. They're all talking. These are kids that were 5 seconds ago were in a pile of people trying to get after each other. This is some good sportsmanship by the kids here. We have to point it out, the good with the bad.
So waiting. What we do know is this is going to be a power play opportunity, I believe, for the Highlanders. It is indeed. As it's number 71, Caitlin jumping over the board. So power play after everything, power play opportunity for the Highlanders. So and they need one.
They've got 1 guy in the box. Maybe that was a 2 and a 10, I don't know.
Puck comes the other way. Boy, look at Petit with that speed. My goodness gracious. He has been one of the hardest workers out there. Not only one of the most talented players, but one of the hardest workers as well. Caitlin now coming the other way. He's pretty darn good. Puts on the brakes. Throws it to the point, but lost there. Now it's Duffney. Duffney with Petit. Petit shot shorthanded off the post. Boy, those 2 get together and it's magic, and they nearly struck via the shorthanded variety.
And that started with some hard work in their own zone to create that turnover.
Puck dumped in deep that time by Escola. Cleared the other way. Now it's Duffney. Duffney looking to be the first man there. Duffney 1 on 2. Duffney wins the battle, tries to spin the other way, tries to tie up his man, loses his stick, but starts kicking it a little bit. Killing precious time is Cameron Duffney. Heck of a shift there by number 16, Cameron Duffney.
You got the Brighton bench is going to love that. They get their top player getting his feet
Howell
moving.
The other way. Off a Brighton defender, shot short side. Levi had to be careful there. Thrown into the corner. Still time left in this power play. 35 seconds. Hewlett at the line, throws it back whence it came. Now it's an opportunity coming the other way. Good defensive play there by Hewlett. Wouldn't let that inside out move trick him. And one last chance to get her going. Chipped up and out of play by number 24, Marco Wolf.
And as we were saying earlier, it wouldn't be a Brighton game without us getting corrected on a name, right?
Okay.
So I have been calling him Aiden Sider. Sean, I kid you not, probably 10 years I've known this kid, if not more. And I just got corrected. It is Sader.
All right, Sader. Thanks to Tom
Castamo out of Heartland. So hopefully Aiden Sader can get back in the game and we can use the name correctly.
Castamo, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he might have a kid that can play.
He is a joy to watch. Number 16 for Heartland, to be sure. Remaining seconds in this power play opportunity. Now we're at full strength. Howell looking to get something going, anything going, as the puck goes in back behind the net. Howell still on it. Caitlin out in front, high slot. Boy, Levi had to be careful. One stop, another stop. Tried the wraparound, couldn't get it. Howell buzzing now. Caitlin comes in, throws it back behind the net. Centering pass can't go. Brighton with an opportunity to clear it, and they just get it out. Hootery promptly knocks it back in. And finally out. So coming back the other way, that's Pytilla. Pytilla in back behind his net. An opportunity to skate it out. Chips it forward and back in behind the net by Marco Wolf. Giving chase down there is Evan Judd. Evan Judd knocks his man down. They're still jousting. They're still going at it. In the meantime, puck comes the other way. 3-on-2 Brighton. Good job getting back by Howell to negate that. Puck comes back behind the net. Duffy tried that pass in the mid-slot area. Nobody home. Now it's Watkins. Boy, he looks good coming back, doesn't he?
Again, just a great addition for Coach Kavisto. When I talked to him in the pregame that he was coming back, and he just knows what he brings to this team.
Evan Judd throws it around. Coming in deep is Wolf. Wolf stops on a dime but loses it for the moment. Sean McLaren gets it to the line and out. Here come the Bulldogs, losing his feet but able to sweep it back in. That's a Lent. He's got one of the goals. Now it's Wheeler. Wheeler throws it in deep. Behind the net to Whitlock. Centering pass can't connect. Howell high off the glass, and that's going to go the length of the ice for an icing. No. Hey, coming up in the second break, we'll give you an update in the Warrior Hockey Player of the Year and Wall Award. And Jonathan Kidd talks to the head coach of the Bay City Wolves in the coach's corner. Boy, they're a good story to start the season, aren't they, what the Wolves are doing?
Oh, absolutely. They've got some talent there. I mean, hopefully we get to see them a little bit more, right? Great for their social media to pump it out there like they do, so we do get to see a lot of them.
Yeah, they've had a very strong social media game for a couple of years, and now they're strong on the ice to boot. Had them ranked, I think, 18 off the top of my head in our latest state champs rankings. You can always check that out as well. That makes the rounds. A little miscommunication there, but Caitlin picks it up. Now forced back behind his own net. They get it out of the zone, chipped ahead. Caitlin doing battle in the corner in the waning moments of this second period with Brighton up 2-0. Giveaway for a moment. Howell able to touch back up and see if they can get something going via the forecheck. Eric House behind his own net. Looks one way, sends it the other near side. Puck lay there for a moment. Hootery gets there though. Hootery still on the puck. Hootery 1-on-3. Bouncing puck comes out in front. Boy, centering pass didn't connect. 40 seconds remaining in this period. Good work there to get it to the line and finally out. Lift of a stick there by a length. And they're going to come off in the waning moments as the play is called. 32.8 seconds remaining in this second period. Brighton with a 2-0 lead.
Right now, Brighton's just everywhere. They're getting in the way. Howell can't get anything going, but they're not creating the space and the opportunities for themselves. They got to keep moving. They got to come up for an answer with number 22, Petit, right? But the next thing they have to do when they're starting to create offense, they got to move their feet, John. They've got to create their own space.
Duffney wins that draw forward but can't get her going. Howell with an opportunity to break out. 2-on-2. Hootery to Wolf. Wolf stops, waits. Now it's Brighton coming the other way. Look at Petit. Petit on the backhand. Good defensive play, though, to drive him outside. How about Del Toro? Centering pass, nobody home. Hewlett, head up, looking to get one more rush. Glove down. And now it's Duffney on the backhand. Just throws it into the Howell zone. Hewlett going to throw it back behind his own net. And that is the end of play for the second period. Another power play tally for Brighton, your only goal here in this second period. This time it was Merrick Alent on the power play. In the first period, it was Tim Peterson on the power play. And Mike, after 34 minutes of play, Brighton has a 2-0 lead.
Again, a 2-0 lead, a better period out of Howell, but as we were saying, I think a perfect example was that last drive by Marco Wolf. They had it going. Howardy had a nice play. He stopped skating once he got in his own stop, and as soon as you do that today, Brighton is all over you. They're going to work that out in the locker room and hopefully come out with their feet moving in the third.
Don't go anywhere. We've got the wall, we've got the player of the year, and we have the coach's corner. On our intermission show after 2 periods of play, Brighton on top by a score of 2-0 here on the State Champs Network.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Bogan, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Your curiosity takes shape, drawing you into the unknown, where the science and art of tomorrow are waiting for you. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. The College of Arts and Sciences at Lawrence Technological University has all the technology and tools to make magic. Be curious. Make magic.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Bob Maxey Ford now has 3 great locations: Detroit, Howell, and our brand new satellite location, Bob Maxey Ford in Fowlerville.
Visit any of our stores, and I promise you'll receive the same family-friendly experience our customers have enjoyed for over 50 years.
Come in for great pricing on our vehicles.
Like this new Ford F-150 for $275 per month.
Come in for our state-of-the-art service department and award-winning customer service.
Or visit BobMaxeyFordHowell.com and order the new vehicle that's just right for you. Bob Maxey Ford.
Come join our growing family.
With over 20 locations throughout the lower mid-Michigan area, Mug & Bob's has got what you forgot. The Mug & Bob's Rewards program is designed for loyal customers like you. Every purchase you make will earn points that can be traded in for great rewards like food, beverages, services, and much more. Do you need last-minute home items like rock salt, firewood, or a propane refill? Stop in at your local Mug & Bob's on your way home. Mug & Bob's is committed to communities we serve and believes it's important to give back to those who have supported us since 1980. Check us out at mugandbobs.com for a location near you.
All right, it's time now for our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update. So, Sean, there's a few players knocking on the door, but we're going to wait till after the holidays to make any changes.
There are more than a few players knocking on the door. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think that we're going to have multiple changes. Now, again, Johnny, you and I were just talking. We thought there'd be changes last week, but listen, when guys on the list continue to perform at a high level and continue to, make eye-popping moments, well, how can we take them off? But there are a couple guys that I don't think can be ignored any longer. And, this is where, John, once we get into the new year, traditionally we start to tighten the screws a little bit and, find a way to get this guy or that guy on. So no doubt about it, it is a fantastic thing that we have a top 10, and I love what he did, meaning that guy, this year. You know what? We're not going to do a watch list. We're just going to, we're going to keep an idea of guys that are knocking on the door, because I think the top 10 should be the top 10, and we should do our best to keep it at 10.
You can cast your vote for the top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. The leading vote getter will never get removed from the list, and that was our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update. All right, it's time now for our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. I am joined today by the head coach at the Bay City Wolves, Zach Schultz. Zach, welcome to Hockey Time.
Thanks for having me, John. It's a pleasure.
All right, Zach, you're in your 4th season at the Bay City Wolves as the head coach. You guys are in Sean's top 25 rankings now. Just talk about your season so far.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde season for us. I think we'd all agree if the boys were with me, they'd tell you the same thing. We have a lot of expectation based off the success that we've had the last couple of years. So to be in Sean's rankings this early in the season feels great. I think we had a lot of excitement getting that original ranking last year, but now it's turned into an expectation for us. And it's a good expectation to have, and it helps us set our standard that we're trying to reach every day. But I think I would tell you that it's been a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde start. We're learning how to play the consistent way to be in these conversations at being one of the better teams in the area. And we're learning how to do that 24/7 and for 51 minutes. And it's taken a little time, but we're well on our way.
Now, Sean has talked a lot about your guys' social media game. Now, who runs it? Who is the man behind the scenes on your guys' social media page?
It actually started with one of our fathers on the team, Mr. John Weber. He started his own little thing called Clip Keeper there, and he was so gracious to send those clips to my student managers who then post those. I've actually gotten away from trying to run the social media, and I've had student managers doing it the last couple of years. I've had a different kid do it every year, and it's just been kind of flawless. It's pretty cool that we've created an environment that kids that really don't have a hockey background want to be a part of it. I have 10 to 12 kids every year. As soon as school year starts, like, when are you going to have interviews to be your managers? Like, we want to be involved. And so it's a pretty cool thing to see where it's gone and how much attention we've got from it. And that's all part of it, right? Getting kids recognition however we can. And we've tried to do a good job at that.
Obviously, the last few years, the talk has been Gunnar Weber on your team. But we talked before this about your goalie. You want to give a shout out to your goalie?
Yeah, Nash Leonard has been outstanding. Our record is great, and one thing that we know we need to clean up is the kid's facing 40 to 45 shots a game, and he's a rock in there. And I think what sets Nash apart is his competitiveness, and it's what drives him to be great. He is blowing up my phone constantly talking about what he can do better, what he wants to work on, and you don't get that from every kid. And I know every time that I have him in net, I have a chance to win, and not only just a small chance, but a really good chance. And you don't get that every year.
I asked each coach this on the Coach's Corner. What do you love about coaching high school hockey?
I think I kind of just mentioned it a little bit. It's the relationships with the coaches, and it's pretty cool just how much my pile of, I would say, friends has grown because of it. And, even just hosting the showcase that we hosted last weekend, you meet new people, you come in contact with them, scheduling gets a little bit easier. So it's the relationship piece. And in terms of the coaching, it's just awesome to see a kid develop and grow. Like, I've got a group of 3 kids that, they've been with me since I've started as head coach of the team, and this is their 4th year on the team. And I know how hard it is to going to be to say goodbye to those kids, but to watch them grow year after year, not only as hockey players, but just as people. It's a pretty special thing to be a part of. And whether you get a kid for a year or 2 years or 3 years, we really pride ourselves on the relationships that we have with our kids. We want to create an environment that everybody wants to be a part of in, and I think we've done a really good job at doing that. So I would say growth of the individual and the relationships that you create throughout the state is pretty awesome.
And before I let you go, is there any kids on the team worthy of being in the Flow Challenge with the Flow?
We've got a couple kids. I'm gonna have to send you some clips. That hair's starting to grow, and I got a couple boys that would love to be on that. We've been watching those clips, and it absolutely, we'll be sending a couple to you over the break for sure.
All right. So thank you very much, Zach, for joining us here on Hockey Time, and good luck to you guys the rest of the season. And that was our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. It's time now for our Wall Award update, brought to you by our friends at Warrior Hockey. So, Sean, we're going to be making some changes possibly after the new year.
Yeah, it's interesting, John, as we've talked about during the show, there are a lot of guys that are putting up huge numbers in goal this year. It's funny. So when we first started putting this list together, August or September, whatever, it was difficult to find 10. Yeah. And now it's very easy to find 10. And what I mean by that is a compliment, because there are so many goalies right now that are night in, night out, putting up the numbers and finding a way to get things done. So, Johnny, there will be changes coming early in the year. It's just a question of who.
All right, you can cast your vote for the top 10 on our website at statechampsnetwork.com. The leading vote getter will never get removed from the top 10. So keep on voting. And that was our Wall Award update brought to you by our friends at Warrior Hockey.
All right, welcome back in. Third period about to start here on a Thursday night. Happy holidays to you and yours, wherever you may be tonight. He's Mike Ivesil. I'm Sean Belegian. 2-0. Brighton on top, Mike, after 2 periods of play. Both power play tallies. In the first period, it was the freshman, number 20, Tim Peterson, that scored. In the second period, it was the senior, Marek Alent, who scored on the power play. So what does the third period hold? We'll find out in just a moment.
Well, I think we're all hoping as fans of this game, Howell gets their feet moving, gets a little bit of offense, makes it a game here. They're only down 2-0 again. The first period, we went in saying, hey, boys, heads up, we're only down 1. Your heads really have to be up. You're only down 2, and you haven't started moving your feet yet.
And I think you and I are happy right now because if you've been with us the whole way, Kevin was laughing at us for being old men because we didn't know about whatever. I can tell you who does this. This is Metallica.
Look to the sky, just walk before you die.
Feel like Beavis and Butthead right now. Also showing my age bringing up Beavis and Butthead. Who's kidding you?
Absolutely.
Third period about to commence.
Well, Howell's got to get, again, we're going to harp on it. Howell's got to get someone to go with Ben Howardy. Sean, if they can get someone to go, I don't know if they need to mix up the lines or do something to get someone else going, maybe a Caitlin, maybe an Escola. They've got to get someone going with number 21, by far their best player on the ice, and they've got to pick their goalie up.
Speaking of best player on the ice, I think number 22 for the Brighton Bulldogs has been the best player on the ice tonight so far.
Absolutely.
Lane Petit. And his line out there right now.
He is creating
Watkins with a shot. Doesn't get through. Howell doing a good job getting bodies in the traffic, in the lanes. And now coming the other way, trying to get something going offensively. Sturos trying to be the catalyst behind that. But the puck goes out of play, stays in the Brighton zone. Both teams going to change things up a mere 22 seconds into this third period. A packed house here at KVIH.
And for those listening, we got the lowdown on those penalties. For Howell, number 23 and number 9 got DQ'd for the game. And then if there's any refs out there listening, number 19 for Brighton, Sater, was listed twice on the score sheet for DQs. If someone could shoot us a text and let us know what that means.
Here comes Howell the other way with speed. Pytilla trying to get things going. Boy, big stop there by Levi. He had to be very careful. In tight there. Another opportunity. Boy, swept aside. All of a sudden it's Tanner Solveig. Had a couple of cracks in front. Now it's Howell coming on. Another deflection in front and finally cleared the other way.
And that was the first time we've seen where Brighton had to block some shots. How did that start? That started with Chad Pietla using speed, coming off the backside, passing the puck once he penetrated the zone, creating the chance for, I believe it was Marco Wolf.
Yeah, Pietla's had some moments tonight. Sophomore defenseman.
Yeah, he's a nice player. Not the biggest of players, but you wouldn't know it by the way he plays.
Caitlin taking this draw. Lane Petit back out there. Discussion at the bench.
I think we got a broken puck.
Yeah, looking for a new puck. There we go. So they get the new puck out there. Coach McDonald, kind enough to collect that puck. Big draw deep in the Brighton zone. One forward by Caitlin, but controlled by Bulldogs. Get it to the line and out into the neutral zone. Hewlett in his own zone, collecting it. starts back in behind his net. Outlet pass taken there by Escola. He gets it into neutral zone, but it's promptly pumped back in by Bulldogs. Boy, the dangerous Petit out there. Every time he's out there, boy, you got to keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on 16 as well. Throw it behind him, nobody home. Opportunity to come out now. Evan Judd going to throw it in deep. Escola down there as well with Judd. Judd picks it up. Back to the line to Hewlett. Hewlett lets a shot go. Boy, it got through. Not sure Levi saw that, but good positioning allowed him to stop it. Controlled by Howell now. Boy, they're on the puck more, Mike, in the first few minutes of this third period than maybe all night. Back to the line, Hewlett. That shot's blocked. Lane Petit breaking in. He's got a chance. He's got a step. Can't get around his man, though.
Still has the puck.
Boy, oh boy. Swatala did a good job of keeping his body in that lane where Petit just couldn't put it into an extra gear. They're going to dump it in back behind the net, play some dump and chase. Storos down there. 4 Bulldogs own opportunity to skate it out. Here they come. Good rush there by Alent. He's got one of the goals. The number 2 on the night via the power play. Doing battle in the corner now. Getting help from Landon Whitlock. Boy, big battle down there, but coming out with it is Dylan Flamini, freshman defenseman. No, that was, let me check myself, that was Franti. Shot there, no problem. Tanner Sauve and Levi Piniella saw that all the way. Alto Equipment knows when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Got a little bit more movement here out of Howell. They're doing better, but they're struggling to put multiple shifts in a row together with putting pressure on. They've got to get this going.
Big draw here, taking this, Tanner Sauve against Lane Petit. Sauve wins it forward, but controlled by Bulldogs. Mason Blow over to Cameron Duffney. Nice pass to Lane Petit. Petit taking it wide, deflected up into the Canadian flag. Draw will stay in the Howell zone. 13:49 to go here, third period. Brighton on top, 2-0.
I really like what Petit's bringing to this game here today. It's a lot of hard work, and when you get one of your top guys working hard like that, it tends to trickle down and everybody else works hard.
Well, you know you have a job to do. Don't forget that, mister.
I know. You see, look at my dots, my point. You know what I'm going. I have my system.
All right. I love systems.
Oh, it's the greatest system ever.
Into the corner now. Duffney centering past to Petit. Gets it over to Blow. Big stop there by Cly. Kept in, however, by Bulldogs. Opportunity to get it out into the neutral zone, but given up there. Mason Blow's going to come over, get there first. Blow on the backhand, throws it to his defense partner, Eric House. House gets that deflected up and over. 13:16 to go here. Brighton up 2-0.
Nice little shift there by Joel Escola. Let's see, he's one of their top scorers, if not their top scorer. If he can get it going, feed off of this shift. It was in his zone, but he didn't stop moving. He was everywhere the puck was. He made it difficult for Brighton to get anything going. That's how you start it. That's how you get going.
JP Popma off that draw, just throws it in deep. Seen the Bulldogs do that a lot. Go in there and try to win some battles. Almost worked there, but now an opportunity to skate out. Good job skating out. Some good heat there by Franti. Gets to the line, called on the offside. Just a step over the line was Marco Wolf.
But it looks like Howell's starting to force some guys out there when they see them moving. Escola still was moving. They kept him out there on that shift. Now we've got Caitlin going with Howardy and Sauve. This is a line. This is a line of their scorers here. Let's see if they can get themselves going.
Hootery wins that draw back. They're going to shoot it in deep. Levi's going to come out there, leave it on a tee. Sean McLaren sends it far side into the corner, but kept in by Caitlin. Throws it in deep, high slot, nobody home. There to pick that off was number 17, Freddie Londo. Sent right back in. Levi has to blocker that into the corner. Dangerous pass there by Watkins. He's so good he can make it. And now he's going to get it back. Watkins has had a strong night, took a big hit there along the dasher.
Oh,
and he is...
that's trouble.
Yeah, you don't like to see that.
Yeah, keep him there.
Yeah, just keep him there. Rocky's going to come out and help him right away. Hope the young man's okay. Boy, you hate seeing that.
Yeah. But again, with the sportsmanship, Howell's getting him right to the bench to sit him down. He hit that end board. He hit it awkwardly. His face mask came up.
Kid just came back as well. Just kind of rubbed him into that dasher board, and he went in face first.
Face first. I mean, we're hoping everything's all right, but we're hoping that wasn't the shoulder again.
Kid just came back, too. You hate to see that.
It couldn't be more impactful on the game, too. What a game he's having.
Hey, Mug and Bops has a great way to help keep outside this winter season. There are great deals on utility rugs, the perfect product and price for any do-it-yourself project. Stop by your local Mug and Bops, proudly supporting high school hockey. Thank you, Mug and Bops. Ryan Watkins, good-looking junior defenseman, makes his way to the bench. Taking the helmet off. Going to make his way down the hall. I think they're going to check him out just to be sure. He's going to send it the end of the bench right now. You can see Coach McDonald talking to him.
Yeah. And you get hit like that, could be the wind. Let's hope best case scenario.
Let's hope that's the case.
Yep.
I think they're going to ask him a few questions, make sure he's okay. Certainly don't want to take any precaution after a hit like that. So back to play now. Still anybody's game, Mike. A lot of time left in this game.
Yeah, Howell's got plenty of time, and they're looking better again. Second period better than the first period so far. The third period's better, but they've got to keep themselves moving, and those are the passes they've got to start connecting on. Yeah. That defense starts your whole offense with that first breakout pass, and I haven't seen too many tape to tape or even tape to a good space where the player's going to get it, and they're just a step off, and that usually comes from not moving your feet.
You could see Del Toro, he kind of shaking his head. He said he knew he had Escola coming near side wing. Mike, he connects, and that's a glorious opportunity.
Yeah, because he hits him with speed.
Duffney wins that draw to himself, but controlled by Howell. Spinning, turning to the line, but not out. Still not out. Now finally up and over the line. Touched up by Brighton, but now Howell coming the other way, called on the offside. 11:38 to go in this one. 2-0 your score. I'm going to use the cliche again, okay?
Yep.
Next one's huge, Mike.
This is. What is this? The most dangerous lead in hockey? The 2-goal lead? Right? I mean, 1 goal and all bets are off. We're going. And Howell is starting to move it. They've got to use it. They're a faster team than what we are seeing today.
No question about that. Shot back in. Controlled by Hootery. Back in behind the net. Hootery gives chase in there. Puts a big hit on Mason Blow. Blow gives him a little push. Shot from the point. Doesn't get through. Into the corner. Controlled by Wheeler. Wheeler in back behind his own net with Mason Blow. Opportunity in front. Just missed. Well, I think Caitlin thought he had one there, Mike.
That just ended up right on his stick. It couldn't have been a better break. And
big hit there. Landon Whitlock went from being the hit E to the hit-er.
That is nice
shot
to see.
there. Levi had to be very careful on that shot from the dangerous Hootery. Play up and into the Brighton bench. Well, it opened up for a minute there, didn't it?
It's starting to at times, but it's one of those that you wonder if it has creeped into the Highlanders' head how long it's been since they've beaten Brighton. And they're looking over there, and they're seeing 16 and 22 doing what they do. Pinella in the net. They hear all these things because they're just a step off, and they're almost in their own head.
Wolf gets that deflected with a man out in front. Knocked down. That was Evan Judd. Opportunity to clear it. Duffney on it now. Duffney tripped up, and they're going on a power play. No doubt about that, Mike.
Absolutely. Tried to shove that puck right up the strong side, right through Duffney's pads, and then when Duffney got the break, Whether he stepped on the stick or whether the stick was just in a bad spot, it's an easy call for the ref. And that's a great thing to see. Is that Watkins on the ice? It is.
It is. Great to see number 7 back on the ice. Penalty going to Del Toro. So Brighton, who already has 2 power play tallies, 1 in the first to the freshman Tim Peterson, 1 in the second to the senior Marek Allen, have another opportunity here with 10:27 to go. Petit on the faceoff. Caitlin wins it back, and it is sent the length of the ice. Levi going to come out and take this, plays it back behind him to Watkins. Watkins back there with Duffney. Good hard forecheck there, and now it's Petit. Petit using that speed. Petit, 1-on-3 on the backhand, behind his own net, just a step ahead of everybody else. Back to the point to Watkins, tries to throw it up to Petit, but getting down there for support is number 10, Landon Whitlock. Back to Watkins. Watkins looks, throws it to Petit, left shot, was looking for a deflection in front, controlled by Duffney, kept in. Duffney throws it down low. Back to Duffney, throws it to the far point. Petit over to Watkins. Watkins lets a wrist shot go, no problem there. Glove down with 9:29 to go in this one.
There's some good work there by number 4, Joel Escola on that forecheck. Going after Duffney, forcing him, forced the play, killed a little bit, got himself back in, and Howell's still doing a good job of getting in the shooting lanes. They're not giving him anything clear.
Draw 1 by the Bulldogs. On it again. Over to Mason Blow. Far side now. Stepping up high slot, low. Kicked aside. Dangerous there from McLaren as the defensemen were playing catch. Now back to the point. Helmanen. Helmanen, far side to McLaren. Now Mason Blow with a shot. Another block by Howell. Boy, you got to give them a ton of credit, Mike.
Yeah, they had it there. They had the play before, if you've seen it, Sean, where Blow passed it over. Forget who's over on the other side. Then Blow went in deep. He took that defenseman with him, and I think it was McLaren curled around, and he had a wide open shooting lane. That was a great play drawn up by Kavisto.
McLaren with a nice move at the line. Near side now, high slot, high point. Blow with a shot, got through but not on the net. Waning seconds of this power play, kept in by Blow. Zach Helmanen on it now. Helmanen to Blow. Shot goes just a wide, still on it. Buzzing are the Bulldogs. Londo in behind the net. Helmanen throws it back down to Londo. Helmanen gets knocked down. Spinning, twisting, back to the point. Blow with a shot, just a wide. Howell with an opportunity finally to clear it out. Now, lots of pressure, but no goal on that last power play opportunity. Still a lot of time in this one, Mike. 7:50 to go. Brighton up 2-0.
A lot of time, but it's starting to tip, and Brighton is actually looking a little bit fresher rolling their lines right now.
Hewlett behind his own net trying to get something going. Here comes Howell the other way. Storos giving chase. Storos hits the boards hard. Now it's Wolf on it. Wolf throws it back in deep. Giving chase down there, J.P. Popma. Gets it to the line and out into the neutral zone. Nearly a giveaway there, but good job staying with it. Highlander still on it. Centering pass, deflected out in front. Petit on it. Working there. Back on it is Popma. Now here comes Duffney. Duffney, 1-on-2. Puck taken away, but it's Petit back. Petit with Beckner. Petit 1-on-3. Look at this. Look at this kid. Oh. Shot gets away. Puck still lay there. Oh, is he fun to watch? 22 has been on fire here tonight. Hey, Bob Maxey Ford and Lincoln strives to differentiate themselves by delivering the highest level of customer service while at the same time actively supporting the communities they serve. Visit BobMaxeyFordHowell.com, and they are servicing their community here tonight, and we appreciate them greatly.
You know, this is a great example. If you're watching and you're sitting here watching this game with your young hockey player, your youth hockey player, of being able to say, watch Lane Petit play. And it is the example of hard work means everything and gets you everything in this game.
Like Catlin was in front, dangerous. They couldn't get the puck through to him. We've seen that guy score a few big goals already this year. Now he's 1-on-3 in the corner. Look at that battle. Good effort there by Cade Catlin. Shout out to Ricky Gadwa, the head coach of Heartland, who I know is watching right now. On the backhand opportunity, Clyde gets it knocked away. Puck comes out of the zone, though. Mason Blow surveys the situation, decides to turn around in his own zone, throw it to his defense partner, McLaren. McLaren head up. His Bulldogs make a change. Watkins back on the ice. McLaren leaves it for Watkins. Watkins nearly loses it. Controlled by Evan Judd. Judd 1-on-3, content to just throw it in deep. Duffney gets there first. Cam Duffney throws it over to Lane Petit. How many times have we said that? There's a penalty. Going to go back on a power play. Petit throws it around the corner to Duffney. I think Mr. Petit likes that. And we're going to see a power play with 5:32 to go. Hey, Warrior Hockey supports the State Champs Hockey Player of the Year and the Wall, the Goalie of the Year as well. Vote for your favorite player or goalie at statechampsnetwork.com and check out the latest gear at warrior.com. Huge power play here.
Well, nicely used timeout. Both teams could use a little bit of a rest, but again, every time Petit's been on the ice, he's made something happen. He's created 2 penalties, the last 2, by just working hard, and I think he's got a little bit more left in the tank than the kids in Howell have right now.
Huge timeout here as well, Mike, with 5:32 to go. We're getting to that point in time where, again, listen, lots of time when you're only talking about a 2-goal lead. Make no mistake about it, but when you have to play shorthanded here, that's a dangerous situation. Hey, ordinary classrooms got you snoozing? Dive into labs, studios, and your future at Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. To learn more, visit ltu.edu.
I like magic. Now, there's a lot of time left here in this game, but is it the time to start getting aggressive, especially on the penalty kill here? I know you're down 5-on-3, so you can't do it too much, but you got to start. You got to start somewhere. Get these guys going.
Well, you knew this top unit would be out here. Whitlock is going to play up front with Tim Peterson and Cameron Duffney. Then you've got Watkins and Lane Petit back on the points. So 4 forwards and a defenseman out there. Next one's huge. And a power play opportunity. Draw 1, back to Watkins, over to Petit. Back to Watkins, playing catch. Over to Petit, one-timer. Somehow got through, but cleared by Highlanders.
Well, nicely set up. A coach has got to be happy he set it up. They did it exactly as he drew it up. It just didn't end up in the back of the net.
Levi leaves it for Watkins, head up. Look at the speed coming up the ice. Watkins, all by his lonesome, carries around the net, still holding onto it, to Petit. Petit, over to Duffney. Duffney waits. Back to Watkins. Watkins over to Petit. Shot! Big stop by Clyde. Back in behind the net is Whitlock. Whitlock gets it back out to Duffney. Duffney able to keep it in at the line. Oh, they said it went over. I'm going to have to agree with Mr. Petit there. I hate to say that they missed it at the line, Mike, but we have a really good look up here, and I don't think that puck ever came out.
We've got a replay.
No, sir. No, sir.
I can't see through a stick, but from what I've seen, there's no way there.
Mason Blow now with 4.5 left. 55 seconds remaining in this power play opportunity. Hootery able to clear it. They have to start over now. Does this power play. Alent makes a move at the line. How many times do you see it? A guy goes out, the player goes in, and the play is called on the offside.
You can't expect those guys to stand at the blue line forever. You got to get that puck in. Just a little reach right over that blue line.
Well, when you zig, the guy's always going to zag.
100%.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
You know it makes sense to me. Light bulb just went on. Now it's doing a decent job killing, but unfortunately it's also killing the time that Howell has left in this third period.
No doubt. Mason Blow overskates it. Look out. Opportunity here. Good defensive play there. I think the Howell faithful calling for a penalty. I thought that was a good defensive play on Hootery.
Yeah, just used his body.
Absolutely. Coming back the other way after taking a big slash there, McLaren. McLaren leaves it at the line. Alent has to wait for him to get back on side. Waning moments of this power play. Alent does. 5 seconds left in this power play. Comes near side. Helman in. Over to Blow. Blow behind the net. Blow waiting, looking, waiting, looking, waiting. Back to the near side. Shot goes wide to Popma. Opportunity for Hootery to get it out into the neutral zone. Popma on it. Played up to Alent. Alent with a drop pass there. Tried a little give and go. Came back to Alent. But coming back, good job there by Escola. He's had a strong night as well, Mike.
Yes.
Brighton's still on it, however. Still on it. Far side. Now an opportunity for Marco Wolf. High off the glass, but not out. Kept in. Duffney on the backhand. Throws it near side to Popma. Kept in by Duffney. Duffney with a shot, nearly deflected in front with bodies everywhere.
This is going to get. They missed one there, Sean.
Hey, the Coaches Association is celebrating the 50th anniversary of high school hockey in Michigan. For schedule, scores, and standings, go to the hub, mihshockeyhub.com. 2:44 left. Now, guess what, Mike?
What, Sean?
Now you have to start thinking about creating something if you're Howell.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be interesting what they call here. I did not see a hand go up for the original cross-check to the back of the head. Then once everything started going, it looks like they're deciding to make a call here. This could be costly.
Still having a conversation down low. Packed house here. Nice to see so many familiar faces. Longtime coach of the MHSAA, Kirk Hunter, in the house. He was my broadcast partner.
Yep. I missed you guys that night, but you guys did an excellent job.
Thank you, pal. 2:44 to go in this one. Still having a conversation down there. You did see Keith Robertson having a conversation. Mike, it looks like we're going to play 5-on-5. I don't see anything up on the board. Still having a conversation at the bench.
Yeah, that's going to be a missed opportunity, unfortunately, for Howell. But if you didn't see it, you didn't see it.
Yep, that's exactly it.
They can't call what they didn't see.
Nope, that's exactly it. So, the draw stays deep. Escola taking this against Duffney. Duffney controls it off the draw, leaves it for nobody, taken by Hewlett. Hewlett outlet pass, can't connect with Sturos. Hewlett gets it back, just going to backhand it in. Playing some dump and chase now. Sturos trying to get there first. Puck comes back to the line, kept in by Hewlett. Good job at the line just to pump it in deep. Sturos back behind the net, threw it out in front, nobody home. Puck comes out. Swatala with it, has to send it in deep, but Howell's got to check back up. Keep an eye on the goaltender, Mike, with 2 minutes to go. That can't come now, obviously. The dangerous Petit on the puck. 1-on-4 again. They don't allow him to work in, but Duffney on it. Duffney, centering pass, shot, score! Tim Peterson, the freshman.
And we've lost control.
Boy, those three on the ice have been dangerous all night. Mike, I don't know about you. You saw that goal about 2 seconds before it happened.
Absolutely. It was just, again, what we've been talking about, hard work. Petit's coming up the ice, and then boom, Duffney. Another short-sider there. Another short-sider there for Peterson, his second. And we get a little drive-by in the crease by Mr. Petit, and they didn't like it. They didn't like it at all.
So one goal in each period so far. Tim Peterson with a power play tally in the first. And then in the second, it was a Lent with a power play tally. And this one, the good old-fashioned 5-on-5.
Yeah.
And the freshman strikes again, Mike.
And I almost felt it coming early in that shift when Howell had the puck and dumped it into Brighton's zone, and they just didn't press on the forecheck. 2 minutes and less left, down by 2 goals. They sat back a little bit. The forwards didn't get after it. 30 seconds later, it's in the back of their net.
Yeah. 1:56 to go, and barring something catastrophic, this battle of Livingston County is going to go Brighton's way with a $1:56 to go and a 3-0 lead. Boy, they are doing some chirping out there. They're out there, aren't they, Mike? Still chirping.
Oh, yeah.
Boys are really chirping, especially near side. Landon Whitlock and Tanner Sauvé having a conversation. The linesman comes over. You can see him smiling. Maybe they're talking about the best sub out this way, huh?
It's always a good thing to talk about.
I love subs.
I miss subs.
You can get like a gluten-free sub, right?
Jersey Mike's has a gluten-free bun. You got to have them cut the bun in half, though, because it's a lot of bread and it's gluten-free. But in Jersey Mike's a good sub. That's a quality sub.
Love them. Are you kidding me? That extra steak and jalapeno, I forget what it's called. I just call it, give me the delicious sub.
The one I get is close to an Italian. I have Sebastiano order it all the time because that's what he gets.
The club is really good, and then it's like extra meat and jalapeno.
Oh, you're making
like
me hungry.
Oh,
you put jalapeno on it?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, you got to get a little spice. So
really
at your
good.
age, you can still get a little spice, huh?
That's what Tums are for. Throw a little pop in a Tum. Yep, you can handle it.
All right.
Boy, the boys still chirping down there. Whitlock and Sauvé having a lot of chat. Looked like Whitlock said something that made Sauvé giggle a little bit, and he went the other way. So maybe they are talking. Best Pete's out this way, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there is. I mean, seriously, I think it's about not even a quarter mile down Grand River here is a Jersey Mike's. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings over here in Green Oaks. What are you thinking? We got a little bit of everything out this way.
What time's it open until? That's a big question here.
Well, if I could get internet connection in this old barn, I would be able to tell you.
3-0 Brighton. Good game here tonight. Well, there's some great hockey out here in Livingston County. Make no mistake about that. Brighton, Howell, Ricky Gadwin, Hartland. Oh. Hey, South Lyon doing a good job there. Our buddy Coach Gagnon.
Yeah, turning that program around real quick.
Watkins in back behind his own net. Head up. Boy, he's had a strong night. Look at that move. Comes right back to him, then back to him again. Brighton still on it hard with 1:20 to go. Don't tell them they're up 3-0.
Right.
Now comes Howell the other way. Sauvé. Catlin coming in for support. Good play there by Duffney just to knock it off the boards and into the neutral zone. Pump back in for the moment. And then coming back the other way is Whitlock. Empty net this side. Whitlock bumps his man. Opportunity with the empty net. JP Popna just throws it in deep. 48 seconds to go. Coming back in is Peterson. You know the freshmen love nothing more than to pot one more to complete the Hattie.
I like they got him out there.
Number 24, Marco Wolf, throws it in deep. Brighton gets there
They're looking
first.
for him.
Duffney sends it over Peterson's way. Peterson overskated it for the moment. They're trying to set the freshman up.
They're talking on the bench. You can hear them every time the puck's out there. Look for Tim.
Duffney
look for
gets
Tim.
it over, scores.
Wow. There's no doubt about
Eddie
that one.
Wheeler, the sophomore.
Eddie Wheeler saw that one, and he was like, okay, thank you. Yeah, Tim, you could have 3, but I'm getting my 1.
Another point for the electric Cameron Duffney. Brighton's going to win this one. Yeah. 16.8 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it was a no-doubter, really.
Yeah, they've been the better team here tonight. Yep. Make no mistake about it. Hey, I'm going to say it again. This Howell team is heading in the right direction. And this is a team that's going to be very tough to beat come playoff time.
They want games like this. They've got to learn to play in games like this and not just show up. They've got to play in games. They've got to compete in the games.
One left thing to be decided, and it was just decided. Levi Piniella with another shutout on his illustrious career as Brighton wins this one 4-0.
Great effort, great team effort by Brighton. Again, we hear a lot about Petit. We hear a lot about Duffney. This was an all-around effort. I thought Watkins stood out. McLaren had a nice game. Allen, the puck always seemed to be on his stick doing something. They took the pressure off of Levi.
You see who's out there with the camera?
No. The guy that does the work of 72 men?
I think it's up to 78 now. I got to be honest with you. John Kidd, I think he does the work of 78 men as these combatants who have gone at it all night shake hands. Mike, as you said, most of these guys know each other very, very well.
Yeah.
And when the game's over, always a classy thing to see the boys line up and shake hands. All right, one thing left to do before we wish everybody a wonderful Christmas, happy holiday, all of that. And we thank our crew. Our crew is the best in the business. All these guys, we really appreciate these guys. We got to hear the 3 stars.
All right. Well, we're going to go 3 stars. I would love to have Levi on there, but the team effort really made it easy on him today. Not that being a goalie is ever easy. Levi, great job with that shutout, but the number 3 star is going to go to Howell's Ben Hootery. The kid was all over the ice. He was by far their best player tonight on the ice every shift. The number 2 star, I'm going with a guy that we expect to be here, Lane Petit. Right? He had, by my count, 2 assists that I saw on there. Our number 1 star is the 2-goal scorer, Tim Peterson, the freshman. Stick on his ice, puck on his stick. He went short side. Sorry about that stumble. Al Piniella getting his 15th picture of the day with us. So we're going to go Hootery, Petit, and number 1, Peterson.
I can't argue with that. Hootery, a strong night, no doubt. Lane Petit, I thought the best player on the ice, but how do you deny a guy in the freshman Tim Peterson 100%. With 2 huge goals?
100%. He was in the right. He was the product of what Petit was doing. I can't deny that. Now, the only question I have, is it Peterson or is it Pedersen? I'm sure we're going to get corrected on this one.
Your final score here from the Kensington Valley Ice House. Brighton wins this battle of Livingston County by a mark of 4-0. I'll say it again, thanks to the best crew in the business. Mike Iveso, always a pleasure, my friend. Happy holidays to you and your family, and to everybody out there. Thanks so much for watching us. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. We'll see you in 2024. For everybody at State Champs, my name is Sean Belegic saying your final score from Brighton. The Brighton Bulldogs knock off the Howell Highlanders by a score of 4-0. Good night, everybody.
State Champs Game Time Live is brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. The future of education begins at ltu.edu. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alto Equipment. Warrior Hockey is proud to support Michigan High School Hockey Player and Goalie of the Year awards. Warrior Hockey is made for this. Bob Maxey Ford of Howell, delivering the highest level of customer service while supporting the communities they serve. Mug and Bob's, we've got what you forgot, with locations in Brighton and Howell. The Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association, celebrating the 50th anniversary of high school hockey in Michigan. For schedules, scores, and standings, go to the hub, mihshockeyhub.com. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.